The Friday Vibe on WNUT.
What up, y'all? It's Brandon hanging out in the WNUT studios, ready to vibe on a Friday, and today I'm going to talk to you about a rock band called Life, Sex, and Death, often abbreviated LSD. This was a four-piece hard rock group out of Chicago. It started, playing shows, getting some attention, and building an audience about 1990, 1991. They moved out to California and started making a buzz there on the LA scene. Their lead singer was this dude named Stanley, who basically kind of posed as this homeless, shambling, and rambling bum. And, he'd walk around the crowd like before the concerts would start and just kind of mumbling to himself, looking disheveled and smelling like hell. And people often complained he played that role a little too well. Stanley was a dynamic and very unique frontman. And eventually the band started getting a lot of attention. They were signed to Reprise Records, which was a Warner Brothers label, and they released an album called The Silent Majority in 1992. There were videos from that album featured on Beavis and Butthead. It was heavily promoted in the hard rock magazines like Circus and Hit Parader at the time, and the band started gaining more popularity, and the people who bought that album really love that album still to this day. It is one of the sleeper albums when people ask me about kind of like hidden gems or lesser known rock albums, from any point in time, but especially focusing on the 90s. That is one I always recommend people check out because there's just a rare energy there. The songs are catchy. They stick with you. Sometimes the lyrics are a little simplistic or sophomoric, but you know what? They're memorable. They work for the time. They work for what the band was. And sadly, The Silent Majority was destined to be the only album that LSD, Life, Sex, and Death, ever put out. And by 1995, 1996, the group had disbanded with lack of support from Warner Brothers as the music industry and the music scene, especially hard rock, kind of went a different way in the wake of Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. The music industry sort of left this group behind, even though I firmly believe they could have stayed very relevant with a little support and the right marketing behind them. I'm not going to say they could still be tearing up the music scene today, but the world probably could use a Life, Sex, and Death reunion. We could probably use a tour right about now to show us what we could have had and what we've been missing all these years. But anyway, I'm going to take you back to 1992. I'm going to take you back to The Silent Majority. I'm going to take you back to a song that was featured on Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead love the video, and I hope you'll like the song. This is Schools for Fools by Life, Sex, and Death right here on WNUT.